Welcome back, everyone. Today we're gonna analyze Voyager Technology. So what if I told you there is a company at the center of a brand new multi-billion-dollar space race, a company that plans to build the successor of to the International Space Station. Its stock has a 70% upside, according to analysts. But what if I told you that the same stock has plummeted 65% from its all-time high? Is this a once-in-a-generational buying opportunity to get around the ground floor of the next SpaceX? Or is this a speculative black hole? There are a lot of comparison with the SpaceX and Anduril. They are in the between of Anduril and the SpaceX. So let's look at what they do. Um, all right, uh, think of them as a company with three major bets on the future of space. First, defense and national security. They build the serious high-tech stuff, missiles, defense system, hypersonic tech, and AI-powered intelligence for government. And as you know, for the current government, it's almost top priority to have the national security in the forefront. And this piece, the first piece, is their bread and butter. Second is their space solution. That's essentially is a hardware store for space. They make the engines, the software, and the tools that helps other company operate and explore in orbits. And the third one is Starlab. That's kind of like their crown jewel. This is their moonshot project, or the line of business. This project is to build a commercial space station designed to replace the International Space Station, which is it is supposed to retire in 2030. So this isn't just a dream. They are partnering with giants like Airbus and Palantir to make it happen. So you got it. Like, why there is so much hype around Voyager? Let's talk about their financials. As of today, they are generating a 12 trailing months revenue as your 157 million. That's growing steadily at a pace of 30 to 40%. Their projection growth is 45% in 2026. They have a debt to equity for any new companies. You should look at debt to equity, how they manage their balance sheet, and it's pretty minimal. They have an operating loss of 100 million, which is pretty significant. I would like to see this going down very soon. At the same time, I would like to see their revenue going up. The current expected EPS is negative $1.16. So now let's look at their stock performance. As you can see, they went to IPO. They were like pretty steady, but towards the late end of 2025, they dropped, and then they recovered, and then they're dropping again. There are a lot of catalysts they have been able to accomplish in this phase, yet the market has not been able to reward them for the new catalyst. The reason is these all are futuristic rather than immediate. You can see in 2026. So YTD we have negative 16% decline. So that's a very short term drop, but neutral long term as it consolidates. Let's look at their recent catalyst. Okay, so recently they got a IP protection for their Bishop Airlock 6 patent, and then they have the NASA ID contract that's for $25 million, almost for 4 years mission management service. And this is the base case. So this 24 million can go over 50 million or so over time. And this is till 2019, I guess. Sorry, 2029. And then they have been, expanding their manufacturing for their facilities. They have the collaboration for space, Max Space, and then their Starlab timeline confirmed on track for 2019 launch to replace ISS. So this in itself, if they are able to meet this is like 30 to 40 billion dollar opportunity for them. For any company to grow like 10x or 20x or 100x even, you would like to see them going for a huge TAM. And this is where I believe they are not just going to like put up the International Space Station, but they're also going to be the key company who will manage an ongoing maintenance of that ISS. Okay, so obviously, like, the market opportunity is huge. It is likely to grow from 4.5 billion to 16 billion by 2033. And these are very conservative numbers. 16 billion TAM is nothing if you don't consider ISS. International Space Station in itself likely to be your 50-40 billion dollar opportunity. And then they have all these Starlinks and the satellites being pulled in the space. They could be in the forefront of managing these satellites. Down the line, how do I see is that there will be a ton of space satellites in the space orbiting out, in a different altitude. But Who gonna manage these? If you want to replace any space, as of today, we don't have an option for it. You just go and burst those. So this Voyager could be the main key in maintaining your space stations or space satellites. Their main component is their defense Tighlman. That's they have huge connection with the defense and technology Department of War. So I think they would be able to do really well since they have the initial contract done, they have the products ready, and they have the connections. So as you know, why the space, let's look at it, the industry in itself. The space economy is booming. As you know, the government spending is all-time high. LEO commercialization, massive transition from government run to commercial space operation and station. AI integration, AI is becoming a central to satellite management and mission planning. Sector challenge, that's, I think the recent IPO have struggled. Firefly is down. The other space related are not doing that great because these seems to be a far-fetched story. Which essentially could materialize into a huge opportunity for the retail investors. And then we have the SpaceX effect. As you know, SpaceX is going IPO in 2026, driving huge interest from all sorts of investors for the space technology. Let's look at their leadership. That's where, like, for any stock to do great in long run, there are three things I look at it. Their financials are improving, their TAM is huge, and their leadership. If these three things are there, they are likely to be your multi-bagger 10x and 20x, even 100x opportunity. So you have leadership with the CEO being an ex-astronaut who was with the Blue Origin, so pretty apt for having a prior experience in this industry. Then you have Matt Kuta, who is the co-founder. He is the USF veteran, so he has a very strong defense ties, and he also having a financial background that's helped you to connect to the right people for capital generation or capital requirements. Then you have Elon Law as the board of director, who is the former head of acquisition and sustain. So these three are primarily coming from a mix of either connection or have prior space related experience. Most interesting one is the Paul Tighlman. He is the CTO, and he was the Anduril chief engineer, and Anduril is probably like the most sought after the private defense company. They are in the news for very good reasons for their product, and having a chief technology officer who was the chief engineer at Anduril is a huge. That means that this person knows almost everything of how an unmanned planet operate, and then how satellites are being tracked and so on. And he has prior to that, he has experience with led connectivity product strategy at Microsoft Azure Space. So this guy is not just a technical person, has a very good connection and very good defense experience. If I have to put a bet on this company, I would be putting on two things. One is that they have Paul Tighlman as the key person to look at, and the second is their Star Lab. If they are able to meet that, this is not just a $1 billion or $2 billion company. This could essentially go up to 50 billion and 100 billion down the line. And down the line, I'm not talking about like next 2 months or 3 months or a year. I'm talking about 5 to 10 years. So what analysts have to say about Voyager? It's a strong buy, all 6 buy rating with the average rating of $43. That's essentially, currently trading at 25 something. So upside of 70%. So overall, very bullish from the analyst. It's a high risk, high reward. Again, that these are the profile of the company that I like to see. I would definitely put $1,000 on this as an initial position. I personally would like to see this below $20 to make another grand dollar investment in it, and then I will let it be and see like how they are doing across their financials, and then make a call on what should be done. Okay, that's all on the Voyager. Let me know if you have any question, concern about this Voyager and you have any further insights on this. Happy to take on another Voyager call in April. Thank you.